Hi guys, it's Simon here. You're probably wondering what the heck is this video. Yes, you saw the thingy right. It's called. Yes, you saw the thumbnail correct. I believe that England is communist. Let me just tell you why. The first thing considered is that all the houses are the same cheap council owned thing, like building. Like if you think about it, every council estate is owned by the council, and that council is under control of the government. So it's very easy to say that the government owns their houses, and all of those houses are built the same cheap stairs. Everything's very compact, very limited, the bare minimum. And that's probably my main reason. Not main, but first kind of valid reason. Another reason is that we are very heavily judged on what we think about the government. For example, if I supported Keir Starmer, which I'm not too against him, but I see some issues with him. But I also don't really like Nigel Farage, so I'm kind of neutral at the moment. But say I supported Keir Starmer right now, and I hated Nigel Farage, my friends would tell me that I like the wrong guy, right? So then I start supporting the other guy, and then I form a group of friends that support Keir will judge me for liking Nigel. So we're very heavily judged, and we can't really have our own opinion without being looked down on. Oh my god, why is that so bright? Okay, so another thing is, I like that more. There we go. Okay, I'm very bright. Let me turn my lights down here. 1 second. Okay, that's a bit better. Hold on, no, that's a bit better. Anyway, I'll do that a bit. It'll make me feel more comfortable. I'll do that as well because I'm cold. Anyway, the next reason why I think England is communist, or the UK, or whatever, Great Britain, whatever you want to call it, is because everyone here is really against immigrants. There we go. People are really against immigrants, which I'm even saying. People are really against immigrants here. They think that they're here just to steal our jobs or whatever you want to call it. I just farted. I farted again. Anyway, people are really against immigrants, which is very self-centered around the country, which is kind of, with Nigel Farage's propaganda, that makes immigrants seem horrible. The immigrants are very looked down on, which makes everyone really self-centered about the nation and people, and makes everyone think that England is better. Another reason why I think that England is communist is because the government gives us the bare minimum, and they leave everyone in these poor estates, houses, give everyone the bare minimum, such as fuel, food, clothes, and other things, right? Bare necessities. And we have to work to get the other things. Like if you don't have some kind of government job, you're pretty much broke. Like think about it. If you're not in the police, fire department, a pilot, then if you don't work for the government in some way, then you're poor, okay? Jobs that require more government work are paid way more, I mean, ignoring teachers, they're paid way more than different workers, such as chefs in like a restaurant. They get paid much less than a police officer would, but it's kind of the same concept. You get people annoyed, you kick people out that are naughty, and you get to hurt people if they do something wrong. And comparing it to comparing different jobs again, a pilot, say, like a low-class pilot, like that flight, like a co-pilot of Ryanair. Okay, they get paid a couple thousand a month. Like say, maybe eight. Let me find out how much. 1 second. Okay, so I found out. Right again. So the average pay for a co-pilot, on average, not specifically Ryanair, but a co-pilot, on average, is paid £200 an hour. Say that it's a really long flight and they've just been sat in the cockpit for 10 hours or just on autopilot or sleeping. They've just been sleeping for 10 hours. Right? The plane's flying on autopilot. What the hell are they getting paid for? Then there's chefs who are every second endangering their lives, working with oil, fire, gas, knives, extreme temperatures in the kitchen. They're very vulnerable to a heart attack. So, and yes, I know you're probably going to go at me like saying, ooh, pilots do much more than that because they have to do all the training and things. I searched up co-pilot. That's a co-pilot, mate. A co-pilot, the second one that doesn't do as much as the pilot, doesn't have as much as authority, the first officer. Yeah, that guy. He gets paid £200 an hour. Compared to a head chef. My mum, for example, she's a chef. She's about to be self-employed for the owner, if that makes sense. She's going to make her own orders, manage her own kitchen, manage deliveries and things like that while still working for the owner of the restaurant, right? I think she's like. I remember when my mum applied for that position. She's in right now a chef, right, a professional chef. It was somewhere like near £20, right? So £20 for working with fire, gas, knives, and insane temperatures. Like almost 20. That's like. And there's like a co-pilot that just flicks switches and sleeps on a turn off light. What the heck is happening? Now, yes, I know this video is very controversial, and by the way, whenever I tap the screen, it's to make the goddamn background brighter. Anyway, I know this is very controversial, but let me know what you think in the comments. I'm waiting. See you guys next time. Bye bye.